the country is facing a political instability. So the best seller stories are stories on insecurity, an attack against the neighborhood by armed people, a grenade explosion like that. So those come at the forefront of the stories. Now, the stories on water issues, they probably come at the bottom.
All such crucial issues are not being treated and conveying in the mainstream medias properly. The issues of water are not a main agenda of the country because most of the issues related to water development and related to water issues are not open for the public at all.
Actually, here in Egypt, we deal with the Nile water issues as the seasonal event. When there are a big story coming up, like the GERD building, dam building, or any other project in the upstream country, or there are a negotiation, you find all the Egyptian media start to cover the Nile water issues. Because so we can say that the Nile issues in Egypt, it's like being only catches the interest when something happens.
So for the scientists, first of all, is to see media as a partner who help to take out their ideas much faster than they could do in conferences and papers, and to reach out to a broad number of stakeholders. The media, on the other hand, then need to see the scientists as good source for information and content.
No, the researchers need to build the trust with the journalists, such that the information, the research information, is not distorted. It comes out like in newspapers or other publications the way it is given.
Most journalists will just go to research and ask off-the-cuff questions and get generalized answers from the researchers, while the researchers can be able to even give them much deeper information. And this is where journalists need to play a double role.
The experts also, they do their own researches, but they do not have the culture to publicize. So the basic thing is the access to information about water and related issues. The second thing that we need more information from the experts.
For the technical people, the people in science, today is that the media is an important bridge between them and the stakeholders.
Also, media houses need to know that water is very important.
Help upcoming journalists to see environment as a key component of economic development and political development, then that can help and bring environmental journalism, raise the standards high.
Open Water Diplomacy is a lab where journalists and researchers from different Nile countries can engage in a process of common learning and co-production of knowledge on water diplomacy and for water diplomacy. First of all, we are studying how Nile issues are debated and communicated both in mainstream and social media in Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt. Our goal is to understand whether this flow of communication is going towards a culture of dialogue and cooperation, or rather against it. Second, building on the findings of this research, we will organize a training on communication skills for scientists, as well as a training on water science communication for journalists. We will support the journalists and the researchers trained in developing and implementing their own communication plan. Our idea is to have small teams composed by journalists and researchers coming from different Nile Basin countries in order to promote shared narratives on Nile issues we challenge the traditional and mainstream approach based on the idea of nationalism.